Hello everyone. So today is going to be a little bit more of a personal video that I want to share with you guys. Some of you may have noticed on Instagram that I haven't been posting a lot, haven't been on stories a lot, haven't been being on there as much as I was last year. And that's because so we'll just start from the beginning. I ended up going to my general physician in December just because I had really bad acne. I had really bad hormonal acne, and I had always just taken acne medicine in the past to clear it up, but I had been off the acne medicine for about 2 years, and then they started coming back and they were pretty bad. And so I went to the doctor just to get my hormones tested to see, what is the underlying cause that's causing all of this really big cystic acne. And if you've ever had that, you know how bad it hurts. So we went, and she was like, all right, we'll test your hormones just to see what's going on from there. And if everything looks normal, then, just go back on the acne medicine and we'll go from there. So I get the hormone panel back, and it turns out that my prolactin is really, really high. So prolactin is usually for non-pregnant women is 20. For pregnant women, I think it's tops 120 or 200, something like that. And my level was 400. So obviously that's really high. And what I got diagnosed with is hyperprolactinemia, which is really hard to say, but it means you have an excess amount of prolactin in your body. And when you have an excess of prolactin, which comes from the pituitary gland, which is this tiny, it's like a pea-sized gland, behind the eye is right down here. So it's right in the center of my head, under my brain. And that gland produces everything with your hormones. Usually what the cause of a hyperprolactinemia is a tumor on your pituitary gland. And these tumors are benign. There's no cancerous risk with them. But they are basically just a sac of cells sitting on the pituitary gland that is producing too much prolactin. And this is called a prolactinoma. And so I ended up having to get an MRI because they wanted to check to see if I had a prolactinoma. I got my brain MRI done, and I actually passed out. I've never passed out before. They were wiggling the needle in my arm to try to get it in, because I had to get it with dye so they could see the tumor better. And they were wiggling it around, and I passed out, and I came to 20 seconds later. And I looked around and I was like, where am I? And there were 2 nurses and a doctor there, and they're like, ma'am, you just passed out. And I was like, oh, I've never had that happen before. We actually pass out. It was pretty scary. You just all of a sudden you black, and then you wake up and you're like, where the heck am I? So that happened. I got the MRI done. The results came in, and it turns out that I do have a tumor on my pituitary gland. And there are 2 types of prolactinomas. There's microprolactinomas, which are under a centimeter, and then there's macroprolactinomas, which are over a centimeter. And you're like, oh, a centimeter is not that big, but when your gland that it's growing on is only the size of a pea, a centimeter is pretty big. So mine, of course, is a macroprolactinoma, so it's a bigger one, which means that it's harder to treat, but prognosis for this type of tumor is amazing. So right now I'm on a medicine. It's cabergoline. So this is a dopamine promoter. I take it twice a week, and it will shrink the tumor over time. Usually if you have a smaller tumor, it can make the tumor fully go away. But since mine's bigger, there's a less likely chance that it's ever going to fully go away, but they can shrink it enough so that it doesn't cause any problems. Just started the medicine about 7 weeks ago. So this is why I haven't been on Instagram a lot, is because it's really hard for me to drink on this medicine. I have 1 glass of wine, and I feel like I've had 6. It's more difficult to drink. And I think coupling that with doing dry January and starting the medicine in dry January, my tolerance was also lower, and then adding this medicine on top of it, it's just a double doozy. It's really hard. So that's why I haven't been on Instagram a lot. That's why I haven't been drinking a lot or promoting a lot of wines, because I haven't been drinking a lot of them, and I feel like it's not right to just be throwing wines up there saying I'm drinking wine and doing all this stuff when I'm not. So I I'm glad I found this out now though, because one of the side effects of a prolactinoma is infertility. Because of my prolactin being so high, my FSH, which is my follicle stimulating hormone, is really low. It's like non-existent. And then my LH, which is my luteinizing hormone, and so neither of those are working. So at this point in my life, couldn't have a baby, and so I'm glad that I figured this out now instead of in 5 years when Pete and I might be trying to have a baby and we find out we can't. And I'm just glad we found it out now so that we can work to fix it. So I wasn't even really going to share this with anybody because I kind of wanted to keep it to myself, just because I feel like it's a personal issue. But then I was actually with my dentist, of all people. I've had a lot of dental work, so Dr. Milstein and I are pretty close these days. But I had to tell him about the new medicine I was on, and he was like, have you talked about this with your followers? And I said no. And he's like, I think that you should, because it would be good to like bring awareness to it. I mean, this is also super rare. It's like under 200,000 people in the US get diagnosed with it every year. So it's a pretty rare thing. So I'm not trying to scare anybody and be like, your hormonal acne is a tumor on your pituitary gland. Like, there's a very slim chance that it is. But he was like, I think you should share it. And so I think that, and bringing awareness to it, and just being honest with everybody about why I might not be posting a lot of wine things, just kind of coupled into me creating this video. So since I won't be doing a lot of wine stuff, I'm hoping to still be active on Instagram, but maybe exploring other outlets. Like maybe I'll do restaurant reviews in New York, or review wine lists. Maybe I'll highlight some more travel things, or maybe just some more home entertaining things. I don't know. I go back for checkup with my endocrinologist soon to see if the medicine has been helping my prolactin levels in my blood, to see if they're lowered, which means that the medicine's working and the tumor's shrinking. So fingers crossed for that. And I think that's it. Like, I don't know how else to end this video, besides thanks for understanding, and yeah. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.